At the beginning of the film, we see a scene of a fierce battle. There is devastation all around. Machine guns are being fired from all sides. Landmines are exploding. The army runs away from the battlefield due to the fierce attack, but there is a soldier who is collecting letters written by the dead soldiers to their families. In the midst of a fierce war, thousands of letters of soldiers are being sent to their families every day. Many of those letters are the last letters of the soldiers. We see Abram David, who drops his girlfriend Lena to her home before going to the war, and while leaving says that whenever I get a chance, I will write a letter. Lena, who is from a middle-class family, her family wants Lena to help in the household chores. At night, there is a party at David's house, and the order to cook food has been given to Lena's family, who deliver and serve the food. Then Lena's mother tells David that if you love my daughter, then come home and ask for her hand. David says that this is the first thing I will do after returning from the war. In the next scene, we see the postman who is delivering the post. Then a woman says while crying, he asks her if there is any news of his children, and he gives her the letter and leaves. Lena is also waiting for a letter from David, who has gone to war. In the midst of war, women are also being called upon to serve the country. They can help the country in many things. Lena comes home and her mother gives her a letter from David's family. Lena starts crying after reading it. The letter mentions about David's disappearance. The next day, Lena tells her mother that she wants to join the army and fight Hitler. Lena is also going to join the army along with many other girls. All the girls are brought to Georgia headquarters where everyone undergoes medical examination. They are given uniforms. Then the commanding officer explains the rules and also tells them that here we are all Negroes, so don't expect the facilities that white people are getting. From the next day, all the girls start their rigorous training. We see the U.S. President's house outside, which an old woman is waiting to meet the president. The First Lady notices that woman and goes to meet her. That woman tells her that her 2 sons went to war 3 years ago, but there is no news of them. First Lady says that write a letter to them. The mother says that I have written many letters, but till date, no reply has come. Hearing this, Lady Roosevelt is very surprised. The woman says that, Madam, this is the condition of the whole country. Neither letters are being sold nor their replies are coming. Hearing this, the First Lady brings that woman to the President's house. On the other hand, the commander of the Negro unit, Major Adams, meets her senior and says that the girl of her command is ready to work, yet she is not being given any responsibility, but the senior officer does not listen to her. On the other hand, the First Lady tells the President about the problem of getting circumcision, and the President holds a meeting with the Army officers, where they tell that the system of delivering letters has been disturbed because all the vehicles are being used to deliver goods to the front line, so the letters are not reaching on time and lacks of letters have accumulated. He says that delivering goods to the soldiers on the front line is our priority. Then President Roosevelt says that you also have to understand that the letters coming from home are not being sent on time. It is so important to deliver the letters to the soldiers, this only increases the morale of the soldiers. The President is told that this is the condition of the whole country. The parents of all the soldiers are worried that why they are not getting the letters of their children. Then the Army General says that, look, this is a very difficult task, because it is very difficult to distribute and dispatch the letters of the soldiers across the country in the right manner. Then a woman present there tells the general that the Negro unit of the Women's Army Corps can do this work, and they will deliver all the letters. All the soldiers are watching a movie together in the Army headquarters. Then a white officer comes there and asks the girls of the Negro unit to sit at the back. They have an argument. Major Adams goes to complain about this. Then she is told that you and your battalion are going to 688 euros. Major Adams will be sent to Europe by plane, and his soldiers will be sent by ship via sea. Major Adams comes to know that he has to work as a postal battalion. After reaching Europe, Major Adams meets the general where the general makes fun of the Lady of Sorrow and says that your battalion is still in the ship if it is hit by a German U-boat. If there is a fight, they will be submerged in water. Major Adams listens to the general quietly. While leaving, the general says that your battalion will have to march as soon as it arrives. 855 women soldiers are being sent in a civilian ship without military escort. Many women are constantly vomiting and are very worried about them, and they have told the captain that we have been selected for a small task like sending letters. Will we be able to prove ourselves by this? After some time, Major Adams goes to the mail office with her fellow officer, where two soldiers present there open the door, and they are stunned to see a pile of letters. Locks of letters are kept in the hangar for keeping planes. The soldier says that all the hangars are full of letters. The next morning, the ship of the Women Battalion arrives in Glasgow. As soon as they come out of the ship, all the women soldiers march through the city and salute the Army General. Now Major Adams tells her soldiers that these letters have been lying here for the last 10 months, and these letters should be kept in all the airplane hangars here. The soldiers fighting in this war are not getting news of their homes, and their families are not getting news of their children and how they are doing in the war. Major Nims says that we have to do this work because some people have tried to do this work before, but could not do it. That is why we have been called. We have been given only 6 months for this work, which is very less. We have to do this work like a mission. The major tells that our drivers will first come to the hangars. They will pick up the letters and keep them in the trucks according to the Army number, after which all those letters will be brought to the home base, which is built in a school. We see King Edward School, which is the base of the 68 Battalion. The school has been badly destroyed. Insects are roaming there. Major Adams says that we are used to living in huts where there were no facilities, and then all the women start cleaning work and fix the school. After finishing all the work in a single day, the next day the letters of the soldiers are started to be brought there. Lena is also doing the same work. She misses David a lot. She thinks that maybe she will get this letter from David. 2 months pass. Major Adams and his team have sold more than 57,000 letters. Then they get a letter from the Army General in which it is told that the letters sent by you were not deliverable, so they are being sent back. Along with this, an order is also given to entertain the Negro soldiers of their battalion on weekends. On weekends, the Negro soldiers are partying among themselves where a soldier proposes to Lena. Lena misses David and she comes out crying. That soldier also follows her and tells her that I have come back from the front line where I was sent to deliver supplies. The situation there is very bad. So when I saw you back here, I told you my thoughts, and they both become friends. Then an officer comes to Major Adams and says that I have been sent to help you. The next morning, the work starts again. Then an officer comes there and tells that he has got his letter back. If you do not know how to work, then stop working. Then he leaves. Major Adams goes to complain to General Holt. Major Adams asks her soldiers what is the problem. The girls tell that many letters are torn. It is very cold here, so they have to work wearing gloves. The names on many envelopes are not readable, and some have been bitten by rats. So everyone together first of all finds a solution to the problem. On the other hand, Major Adams removes the officer sent by General Holt who was spying on Major Adams and giving false reporting about him. Only then the possibility of an attack is averted and everyone becomes alert and defends themselves. The next day, Lena notices that while sending letters to their homes, the soldiers mark the map of the place where they are on the envelope so that their family can know which corner of the world they are in. Lena tells Adams that this has solved her big problem. Then 2 drivers of Major Adams take a truck to deliver the letter. The road is closed there, and then their truck gets stuck in a tunnel pit. She immediately gets the women down from the back of the truck. Then the tunnel is plastered, and the truck's wings fly off, in which the driver and co-driver die. Then a female soldier in the headwater finds David's letter in her hand, which she gives to Lena. Major Adam Saker informs his soldiers about the tunnel accident and says that we will have to do the last rites of our female soldiers ourselves. They bury both the female soldiers in the cemetery. Then Adams tells Lena that many American soldiers are buried here. You can find out by looking here whether David is buried here or not. Lena is looking in the cemetery. After some time, she finds David's grave, where she cries bitterly and has David's letter in her hand. In the next scene, we see that General Holt comes to the headquarters of the Postal Battalion and tells Major Adam that, I am not happy with the work of delivering letters, and he starts inspection. He finds flaws in the work of Major Adams' team, and while leaving threatens that now even President Private is no more, and this circus of yours is also going to end soon. General Holt tells Major Adams that I will remove you from your post. I will remove them and bring in a white looter to run this unit. Major Adams says that this will happen only when I die. She says that the girls of my unit are working day and night in extreme cold. They are not getting any facilities, and you are discriminating against us. Hearing this, The general leaves from there and all the girls clap for Major Adams. General Halt calls the headquarters and recommends the new President Truman to close this unit, and also tells that Major Adams should be court-martialed. At the same time, some noise comes from outside. The general's officer sees that the soldiers have started getting their letters, and all the soldiers are very happy. Slowly, their letters have started reaching every unit. On the other hand, the family members of the soldiers also start receiving the letters of the soldiers, and this is a very emotional moment. The officers of the American Army salute and honor the Battalion 688, and their work is also reported in the newspapers. This is the end of the film. I request you friends please subscribe my channel and like my video. Thanks for watching.